Follow my socials.
Hi beautiful people, May 17th, Gunjou no Magmell. Action anime with horror elements, with fantasy elements. Light spoilers. We have another case of an anime that very clearly is holding itself back to not use all of its good ideas. And almost every action anime focuses more on the fighting, but then you realize they were doing something in the background and hey, they were developing the characters. The main character's design was something that I found quite noticeable, in a good way. They clearly want you to look at his eyes. This technique of trying to make the eyes more noticeable so they are more expressive seems to be something that everybody's trying to do, and it is not poorly done here. But on the other hand, there are some production errors. His head is kind of floating here. The ass that only moves one cheek. However, all the other designs seem a little too simple. Even his assistant seems to disappear into the background. Maybe the biggest problem is that the action is kinda lazy until you get to the climax. That scene is good, but the ones before are not. They are smart enough that they just throw in the premise and let me show you why this would be interesting, but it's pretty clumsy in its execution. And they pull one of the shortcuts I hate the most. Pretty effects means this is interesting. No. And this episode kind of feels like they want you to think the anime is deeper than it is. I honestly think this is because of the clumsy execution, and this could become something deeper, but yeah, it's so clumsy that it makes you feel they are trying to convince you this is so deep, when it's an anime about beating people up. But let the rocks roll. There's not much else to say except to explore a little more. Look, I have played RPG. I have seen this kind of idea much better done. To get to the point that you're actually going to make a series out of it, I have to imagine this is going to be much better developed. But this first episode, and just to show you how lazy the action gets, they show that there's this nest of these 20 dinosaur things, and he doesn't want to show his power, so he goes in alone. He defeats most of them off screen. He defeats one and another is going to get him, but of course he knows it and he is prepared. And he defeats that one by using his powers as a wire, which is not how his power is supposed to work. Apparently he can create objects. But at that point he just uses the power as a wire and you hear that sound effect of the wire being pulled mechanically by a machine he's not creating. So clearly somebody thought this is going to be cool to show, but didn't think of how. And I tend to give this kind of series the benefit of the doubt a little, because this kind of series tends to begin a little weaker. Yu Yu Hakusho was not that developed in the beginning. One Piece in the beginning was weaker. If you go back to the first episodes of these kind of series, you do feel a lack of development, but that's because they have a longer planning. So this first episode was not that good, but I'm tending to say it could get better. But that's it. What did you think of this episode? Leave it on the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!
And if you enjoyed it, please like, share, sub to the channel, and hit that bell.